What is trauma and how do you heal through it within minutes or hours, not years or decades? I'm going to be breaking this down for you today. And this is my favorite conversation. I could talk for hours about this. So I can't wait to give you the practical step-by-step roadmap of helping you understand what trauma is, because it's quite a vague term. I'm going to break it down for you today so you can understand it, how you can find your own triggers and trauma, and how to heal it so you can actually be empowered to do something about it. If you're new to my channel, thank you for being here. I appreciate your time. If you're not sure who I am, my name is Lewis Huckstep. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I've written the book called The Inspired Life Method. It's an Amazon bestseller. I've coached over 10,000 people to help find their life's purpose, heal trauma, and create a life that they love. And I love this conversation. And I've got heaps and heaps of testimonials from clients that have gone through my healing processes to heal trauma, overcome limitations, and it is life-changing work. So can't wait to share this with you. It's my favorite conversation, to be honest. Before I get started, the only favor I ask from you, if you could honestly just like this video, it takes 2 seconds, and subscribe if you haven't. The bigger the channel gets, the more resources I put back into the channel. So I can help you guys with more free content. So with that being said, thank you in advance. Let's begin. I've got a lot of information coming at you. So if you've got pen and paper, maybe take some notes. You might have to replay this once or twice because I speak quickly. Let's get into it. So let's define what is trauma. There's a fair few definitions from people I love learning from that I really love. I'm going to start with Dr. Gabor Mate. He is fantastic. He's the author of The Myth of Normal, plus other books as well. He says this really well. Trauma is not what happens to you, it's what happens inside of you. Mwah! Beautiful, beautiful definition. Trauma is not what happens to you, it's what happens inside of you. It's your perceptions, which I'll get to in a moment, and the emotions you haven't closed the loop of yet, which I'll get to in a moment as well. So that's the first definition I love. Trauma is not what happens to you, it's what happens inside of you. Second definition that I love is from Dr. Sarah Woodhouse. She says this really, really well. She says, trauma is unprocessed memories. Mwah. Again, big French kiss for that one. She's the author of You're Not Broken. That book's actually behind me. It's on this pile here. Myth of Normal's down the bottom as well. So that's a great definition as well. Unprocessed memories. Now, I've only just gotten into Dr. Peter Levine's work, and he says this really, really well. Trauma is not what happens to us, but what we hold inside of us in the absence of an empathetic witness. Had to read that one because it's quite a mouthful. Trauma is not what happens to us, but what we hold inside of us in the absence of an empathetic witness. What does that mean? Essentially, something's happened to us, inside of us, and we're not able to process it properly, so we store it and we suppress it into our nervous system, which I'll get back to in a moment. Last one that I'll finish on is Dr. John Demartini. He says, anything outside of love and gratitude is a lopsided perception. Dr. John Demartini is my favorite mentor that I've worked with over the past 10 years. So I'm a Demartini facilitator, so I use his work a lot in the work that I do for my clients. So I'll say that again for him. Trauma, or you can insert the word trauma, but he says anything outside of love and gratitude is a lopsided perception. So those are some definitions. Go study those guys' work. It's really awesome. So Dr. Gabor Mate, Dr. Peter Levine, Dr. Sarah Woodhouse, Dr. John Demartini. I'll throw in there Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'll throw in there Dr. Bruce Lipton, Dr. Wayne Dyer. Those are some of my favorite mentors that I've worked with and studied and learned from. Now, my definition of trauma, because you'll notice with my work, I like to break things down to their fundamental pieces so you can build from there. It's kind of first principles thinking, if you're familiar with that. If it's not true, every single example, then it's not the truth. There's something missing, or there's other factors that you're missing. So this is my definition of trauma. It's a moment of overwhelm or underwhelm. I haven't found a other version of that, which that is not true. It's a moment of overwhelm or underwhelm. So that's my definition of trauma. So there's an exercise that I like doing with my clients, and you guys can do it now. It's really, really fun. It might wake you up a little bit. So I call it my trigger hit list. So we're going to do an exercise, and I'm going to help you find some of your triggers right now. So there's 3 things I like to teach. Trauma, which is a moment of overwhelm or underwhelm. I'm going to do an exercise in a moment to help you become conscious of what some of yours are so you can heal from it. Second is coping mechanisms. This is what we do to overcompensate, overcome, protect, and hide the trauma. I'll explain that in a moment. Third is a trigger. Something reminds us of the trauma and activates the coping mechanism. One of my most used quotes, nothing triggers you, it reveals what's inside of you. So when you get triggered, Something is reminding you of something that you have not healed through. Wounds, it could also be limiting beliefs. I'm focusing on trauma today, but beliefs could fall into the same category because your beliefs can stem from trauma and they do the same thing. But we're focusing on trauma for today. So 3 things: trauma, coping mechanisms, and triggers. So let's find some of yours. Don't judge your answers. Just speak your truth. Come from your heart. If you've done this exercise before, you can do it again. New words might come up for you, or you can use someone else if you want to. We're going to use parents. Don't judge your answers. Just use parents, okay? We're going to start with your dad. Think of dad or whoever played the father figure role for you, okay? Father figure role, think of dad. Now, don't judge your answers. Even if you love him more than anything, still answer the question. I love my dad. I love my mum. I can answer these questions. Even if they're passed away, still answer the question. So, think of dad, whoever played that role for you. In a one-word answer, using only a one-word answer, what is the one thing that you dislike most about dad? It will be a trait, a behavior, or a part of him. A trait, a behavior, or a part of him. Some examples: manipulation, control, anger, abuse, rejection, neglection, anger, lying, unseen, unheard, unloved, absent. The list goes on. There's 4,628 traits that human beings can display. So using a one-word answer, what's the one thing you dislike most about dad? Now, try answer that 3 times for dad. 3 one-word answers for dad. And I'd love to hear it in the comments, what you come up with for dad. And you're also going to do mum as well. So think of mum and do the same process. What's the one thing you dislike most about mum? Using a one-word answer, try come up with 3. Again, victim, controlling, manipulation, anger, lying, controlling. I've probably said that a couple of times, but there's heaps and heaps and heaps of trait. Lazy, weak, absent. There's heaps and heaps of traits out there. Having a bit of a mind blank, but there's heaps of traits out there. Trust your heart. Don't judge your answers. And I'd love to hear what your answers are down below. So these, once you've got your answers, pause the video, take your time, answer the questions. Now, those answers you just came up with, these answers are wounds or traumas of yours. These are things where you had a moment in your life where these traits or behaviors were overwhelming or underwhelming. A moment of overwhelm or underwhelm when they did or didn't do something that was too much or not enough. From that moment, from Dr. John Demartini's teachings, you create a lopsided perception. So trauma is a moment in time where you fragment and split your awareness. You split your consciousness. You become conscious of the downsides, what's bad, wrong, and painful, and unconscious of the upsides. Life is not good nor bad. Thinking just makes it so. I think that was Shakespeare or Hamlet or something like that. Whoever said that. So that's what trauma is. A moment in time of overwhelm or underwhelm. And in that moment of overwhelm or underwhelm, what you do is you split or fragment your level of awareness and consciousness. You become conscious of the downsides, the pain, the wrong, what was painful about it, and you become unconscious to the benefits and the gifts of it. In Demartini's world, he says it's a lopsided perception that you create. Now, to use Dr. Peter Levine's teachings as well, you will then very often open a loop of emotions that you do not close. Listen to that again. You'll open up a loop of emotions that you do not close. You go into a trauma response, fight, flight, or freeze. And if you go to YouTube, just type in a gazelle tremoring or discharging. If you go to YouTube and just type in gazelle or discharging or tremoring, discharging is what animals do in the wild. So a gazelle goes into fight or flight. There's a beautiful video on YouTube that you can find where this tiger or lion or leopard or something has captured this gazelle. And the gazelle has gone into a freeze response. So it's completely frozen and it's gone into a fight, flight, or freeze response. So it had all this pent up energy to go in fight or flight. It got captured. So it went into freeze. So it suppressed all of that energy into its nervous system. Now you'll see in this video I'm referring to, the gazelle will run away. The leopard runs away. And then this gazelle, once it knows it's safe and the danger is gone, the fight or danger has disappeared or gone away, what it does is it starts to tremor. It starts to discharge. It literally shakes and convulses and it discharges all of that excess energy. It closes off the loops of emotions. But guess what? Human beings don't do that. We have been trained, societally speaking, to not do that. We have the neocortex, which overthinks and overanalyzes things. So we try to think through the problem, but you haven't finished the loops of emotion. So these are the two angles I mainly help people with when it comes to trauma. It is closing or balancing the perception, the lopsided perception, where you've split your consciousness, you bring it back into balance, and closing the loop of emotions that has not been closed. They're the two main styles of trauma healing that I help people with. Now, if you followed my work before, I teach the 5 bodies. There's 5 bodies to heal through. There's the mental, which is what we're talking about here, perceptions, moments in time where you fragment your awareness. Second is the emotional body, that's your nervous system and suppressed emotions, what I was referring to before. Third is the physical body. This is somatics. When you've heard of somatic work or do somatic work, that's what that is, body work. The issues are in the tissues. So you can store it in the tissues in your body. Really cool stuff. Fourth is the spiritual body. This is your level of connectedness to God, source, oneness, wholeness, your soul, your spirit, where shamanism or shamanic healing can come into it, where you do ceremonial practices, where you may do some plant medicines. I've done plant medicines. I'm a big fan of it. Done ayahuasca, done psilocybin. I do plant medicines every sort of 6-ish months. Used to do it every 3 months, but now I do it every sort of 6 months. So that's the spiritual body. And the 5th body is the energetic body. So 5 bodies, let me read them out. Mental, emotional, physical, which is somatics, spiritual, and then energetic. When you're playing with the energetic body, that's where you're looking at your biofields, your meridians, your chakra centers, sound healing, frequency healing. My wife is a sound healer. We do sound healing sessions at my in-person events. They're really awesome. And the breakthroughs are fucking life-changing. I'm like in tears hearing people's breakthroughs after we do some sessions with them. It's really cool stuff. So there's many ways to heal. The main 2 I work with is what I've referred to earlier. It is rebalancing the mind. So collapsing the lopsided perception that we create in moments of overwhelm or underwhelm, and also closing the loop of emotion that has not been closed. That's my main styles and tools to heal. If you've heard my voice, I'm not becoming a sound healer. My voice ain't that good. That's just not my style. I'm not becoming a shaman. I don't think you can kind of choose to become a shaman. I think you kind of get born into that lineage and you go down that path. But I do it as a client. I participate as a client. I'm not going to do much body work. So body work is like hands-on with people and you're sort of massaging it. I've done a good modality out there is kahuna massages. It's a Hawaiian style of emotional release where they literally, I'll share a story. I went and got a kahuna massage. It's a emotional release, modality of healing. And I've dislocated my right knee about 6 times. I used to play rugby in Australia. And I dislocated my knee many times. And the issues are in the tissues. I had a lot of unprocessed pain and trauma in my right knee from rugby back when I used to play. So I'm getting this kahuna massage. It's quite an intimate experience. You're literally butt naked. You got a towel covering yourself downstairs. And the person, or the whatever, masseuse, if you want to call that, they go around, they massage your body, and they're tuning into your emotions and your nervous systems and what's going on in the body. And as I'm getting the massage, she goes to my knee, like she gets towards my right knee, and my knee starts to shake. And she's like, what happened to your knee? I'm like, oh, I've dislocated it like 6 times. She's like, oh my God, thank you for being vulnerable. Is it okay to feel this right now? And I said, okay, let's lean into it. I started feeling and my whole body started shaking. I had tears in my eyes and all of this anxiety and fear was in my fucking knee. It was in my body. It was in my soma. Now, the reason I'm sharing that is I don't do much body work. I'm not going to like start massaging people. Probably, maybe, I'm not sure. That's not part of my journey so far, but I'm aware of it. I love this quote from Bruce Lee. There's no ultimate martial art, only the ultimate martial artist who knows every martial art and pulls from the right one at the right time to get the right results. There's no ultimate way to heal where one process is superior than the other process. They all have their place. Don't get me wrong, I do believe some processes are more effective than others. I've done content on traditional therapy or talk therapy does not solve the root cause. Now, there are individual therapists that do solve the root cause, but I have clients come to me that say they've done therapy for 30 years, the longest was 45 years, and they never addressed the root cause. So there are some styles of things that don't necessarily do the right job or address the root cause. I do believe that there are things like that out there. But if you're using a modality that actually addresses the root cause and actually helps you process and heal properly, There's many different tools out there. There's Reiki healing, sound healing, meditation, breath work, DiMartini, which is one of the ones I've been trained in. I've been trained in 9, so I've done 9 certifications in different modalities, and I've tried over 20. I'm trying to taste all of these different modalities to see which ones really help me in my journey. And then if I really love it, I get certified in it and trained in it and add it to my toolkit. Just a side note, I'm trying to become the ultimate martial artist when it comes to healing. I've just got all these tools in my toolkit. So when people come to me, I pull out the right tool at the right time to get the right result. So that's what trauma is. It's a moment of overwhelm or underwhelm. In that moment, you'll fragment and split your awareness. So you create a lopsided perception in the DiMartini world. You'll also often start an emotional loop that you don't close. So you suppress it into your nervous system. So that's where something like breath work or a body session, a somatic session, or something to release or finish the loop of emotions is really powerful. There's so many tools out there, different modalities, different bodies. There's 5 bodies: mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, energetic. Right tool, right time, get the right result. That's healing. That's trauma. Now, if you're on your journey, a lot of people say, where do I start? Look, I'm obviously biased because I'm in the space and I do this for a living. The 3 processes I use the most is my ego dissolving process. That's for beliefs and suppressed emotions. That's one of my tools that I use a lot. My second, my favorite one that I think is the most life-changing one that I've done is my balancing process. It integrates 6 different modalities into the one, and it takes about 90 minutes to do a process. It is life-changing. And I've got testimonials of clients who have done 30 years of therapy, never healed the wound. They do my balancing process, they finish it and heal it in one session. They release the emotions that were pent up, and they rebalance their mind. So the resistance and the judgment and the perception has been integrated properly. That's my favorite tool. The third one that I'd recommend that I love the most is meditation. If you've done any of Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, he does a lot of meditation as his main tool to heal and create change in people. There is a different angle that I was going to talk about. Top-down versus bottom-up approaches. Top-down is very mental-based, thoughts, heads, intellectualizing. And another angle, a lot of people get stuck in the tools that they start with. Again, there's no ultimate martial art, only the ultimate martial artist. So some people that do like NLP or talk stuff, intellectualize stuff, a lot of those people, which was me, avoid the emotional stuff. And vice versa. You got the emotional people who just want to breathe and feel shit all day. They avoid actually mentally processing it. So top down is mind and below processes. Bottom up is emotions and above processes. So you start with the emotions. Again, use both. I use all of them. I use the tools that really change the game for me, that I think is life-changing, that I'm aligned with. I learn it, I get trained in it, and then I give it back to my clients. So I hope you guys got some value. I gave a lot of information here. You might want to watch this one again. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear from you. What modalities have changed your life the most, that got the most amount of healing from you? If you want to work with me, I would love to give you a free 7-day trial to my services. You get access to all of my tools and modalities instantaneously, and you get a one-on-one call with me when you join as well. That is down below. You'll see it down below somewhere. Thank you for your time. Leave your thoughts down below. Please like, please subscribe, and share this with someone else so I can help more people heal and break free of their limitations, their trauma, their wounds that keep you stuck. So, hope this helped. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll speak to you soon. See ya.